Hello guys, welcome back to Ripster daily trade recaps and teachings. Sorry there was no video for the past week. I was on vacation. I'm back now, so we are back on our track for our daily video recaps and teachings. Crazy day guys, big huge day in semiconductor short. I will recap everything. Just a quick introduction for anybody who's new to these videos, to my YouTube, my recaps, my Twitter, and new to my community. So these are the trade recaps from the trades that we do in our community. Any trades I share on Twitter, any ideas I share with you guys on YouTube, any trades I take or I don't take but still a part of my game plan or our community trades, those are the trades we recap. We do not do any random trades. We have a repeatable system, we have a repeatable setups that we trade day in day out. We rinse and repeat same setups, and we try to figure out how did we lose money, where did we make money, what was our mistakes, how did we execute. So we recap everything and we try to learn from that. Either it's a day trade, swing trade, or an investment trade, and at the same time we try to look at some market analysis as well. So that being said, every day early in the morning my team gets together, we get up, go through all the new sources, upgrades, downgrades, and we come up with what we call as a daily we come up with the daily game plan. This was the game plan for Friday. You can see Netflix, American Express, Tesla, ARM shop. Those were a bunch of the plays which were on game plans. I shared this game plan on the Twitter as well with everyone, and we also do what we call as a daily levels. These were the levels for today. You can take these levels and trade on your own. Any levels you used, either it was on ARM or it was on SMCI or whether it was in AVGO, all these levels really help for you guys to trade today's all day shorts. So that was another these levels that I shared with everybody on X. So, and then in addition we also have what we call as our day 2 day 3 plays. So today's day 2 day 3 plays this is a strategy that I built. These are my repeatable trade strategies that we trade for anything that had news prior day or 2 days or 3 days before that. So today's day 2 day 3 setups, these were the setups. ASML, DHI were one of the top ones. We will recap these as well. That being said guys, let's start with the recap, and let's start with the first play of the day. Before I start today's recap, just a quick note on the market. As you see, SPY had broken this uptrend channel that it held for long time, right? If you see that, so once that channel was broken, that was the break of the trend. We've been talking about this trend, and if you want to see that, once with a Ripster EMA 3450 cloud was broken, so it was a downtrend. So the downtrend works the same way as it works on a intraday levels. It works on 1 hour time frame, 10-minute time frame. It works a similar way on the daily time frame, right? When the trend breaks, when the clouds turn bearish, everything is bearish, right? You could swing trade short when these cloud break or trend line break. But anyways, right, so we trade what we see. We do not try to predict the bottom. We do not try to predict the bounce. When bounce will come, we'll be ready for it. But right now the market is bearish. QQQ as well. You can see the fade when it faded from that 3450. The semiconductors are leading the QQ fade. You could see that how it's coming to some support here. But the point that I'm trying to make is that you do not fight the trend. There's no time to buy the dips. When it's bearish, daily is bearish, 1 hour is bearish, you stick with your short trades. That's how those are the short trades we nailed in the community were A+. If you look at SPX, same thing. And so overall we are in a bearish trend in those. IWM has not really sold off that much because it's been already beaten up, but it still has some room. Important thing to note here is the VIX, right? So VIX has been breaking out. That's why you see the weakness on the market. So VIX, since VIX pushed over 18 is always a great pivot. I have been teaching for many years, and that's always very bearish for the market. And then if VIX holds 20, that's even more bearish. Now so far it rejected 20 today, so we'll watch what happens tomorrow. But VIX is still strong, so as long as VIX stays under 20, we can bounce, relief bounce. but if VIX continues to hold 18 or push over 20, we can see more weakness. And in addition, we also keep eyes on the yields, on the bonds. We keep eyes on TNX. You see the bonds has been moving over 440 over this pivot, and the market has been showing weakness since then. And there's also US dollar. So US dollar has been strong. As long as US dollar is strong, market will be weak. All this has been due to inflation, rate cuts. Like, seems like there'll be no rate cuts this year, so market is taking that into account. Then we also have the war, Israel-Iran war, so that is impacting everything. So everything kinds of lines up where everything is against the market. So it's a bearish overall market. So we need to understand how the macro, technicals, fundamentals, all of these come together, work together. So I just discussed with you the macro, geopolitical. I discuss all these things detail in my webinars for market analysis, but I just showed you the technicals on SPY QQQ. Then we talk about the macro, how the yields and US dollar, all that is impacting. And then we talk about geopolitical issues, why the market is heavy because of that. And then we talk about the fundamentals, right? So why are the semiconductors tanking? Because ASML, which is one of the semiconductor stocks, we will discuss later, this earning was not good, the response was not good. TSM earnings were okay, response was not really good. So that all came together in addition to already the weakness in the market, and that's why we got this big semiconductor fade today, because everything comes together to give us a nice bearish trend. So you combine all these things and then you can analyze the market in a better way. And today was not a day to buy the dips. It's not a time to buy the dips. The time will come. We will analyze everything in individual place, but just wanted to do an overall recap where we are with the markets. So you have to watch these 3-4 aspects of the market, right? This 4 spokes, you can call it, the 4 pillars of the market: fundamental, macro, geopolitical, and technical. So anyways, that was a quick recap of the market and where we are. XBI and many other sectors have been tanking, but the banking has been doing good today, was strong. We longed banks in the community. We will talk about that. So you make sure you do those market analysis, for your day trades, for your swing trades, and we will be ready for the swing trades when market gives us a direction. But for now, we're really heavy, and we'll see. Probably there will be some relief bounce. Market doesn't just go back up straight. There are some relief bounces, failures, and then gradual reversal. And in the bigger picture, that's how market moves. If you just ignore the news, this is the normal trend of the market. There's nothing wrong with it, right? If I delete everything, if I even delete the EMA clouds, you will see this is how the market works. Market goes up, market comes down, market goes up again, and market goes down. Yeah, even the 225 calls went crazy there. So next one we're going to discuss is NVDA. So NVDA guys was today all day fade for us. Let's see how NVIDIA panned out. Let's look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA was all day fade. The first thing I told everyone this morning was, let's go back, look at our levels on NVIDIA first, right? So let's go back, look at our levels on NVIDIA that I gave everyone in the morning. So levels on the NVIDIA were 842 and 824. So those were our two support pivots, 824 right here, this area, and then there was this area, then there was this 842, this area. So you see NVIDIA was bearish right at the open. So it was bearish right at the open. The other thing I noted was NVIDIA was breaking the 50 EMA on daily chart. When 50 EMA breaks, guys, it's a big bearish pivot on daily. So you should be confident about that short. I've been teaching that concept to you before as well. So as soon as market opened, NVIDIA was there was no long. I told everybody, it's a short. AMD and NVIDIA both they're short there. So the target I gave everyone was 800 on that short, and once our 800 target met, I told everyone you can use the profit to roll into further puts. Like you can roll into 780 puts, or you can roll into any other puts. If you're trading the shares, you use the shares short profit to roll into further puts. It doesn't matter. You can trade shares, you can trade options. What I teach here is not just about options. It's about stocks, options, everything. But I do like to give examples on the options so that you can maximize your profits. So that's the way you can maximize that profit. The Lottos, and I rolled into NVIDIA. I was into NVIDIA Lottos. If I show you here, and I was into those 800 puts. I was in 800 puts. These went to, I sold them like for 300% or something. They went on to like 500, 600, 700%. And then I was also in AMD puts as well. So AMD was a short all day, and you can see the levels breaking down on AMD. This was our levels on AMD were 154, 152. So there was no long, right? So first thing is to identify the trend. So the trend says we are short, right? So trend says we are short, and now you just have to find your levels and your entries. So your entries are either on the bounce to the resistance, right? I was in 145 Lottos, which went 150% from me, therefore like 11 cents, and I sold them at 25 cents. So that was very good trade as well. So you can clearly see this AMD NVIDIA was a good trade for us in the community. Everybody killed it because we follow the trend. No one in the community was buying the dips on AMD and NVIDIA. Everyone was short. So when you, first of all, you see this move, you see this bounce into the EMA clouds, and that's where you can short again, and then you let it fade because market was weak. Market was breaking the range. We talk about SPY QQQ all day because market was breaking this. Once market broke this pre-market lows, that was it. You could short AMD NVIDIA all day. It was Friday, options and all that. So it was really great day to have a lot of Friday. You can see my guidance here. So we let the Ripster cloud guide us all day. Ripster cloud guides us on this short. NVIDIA was much better because of the flawless fade under the daily 50 EMA. So learn that. I always keep repeating about daily 50 EMA, how important it is. So you learn that. All right, next one we're going to talk about is Meta. So Meta was pretty straightforward. Not going to spend too much time on Meta. The levels I gave were, there was, let's see, go back to Meta levels here. So Meta levels were 500 and 494. So basically I told everybody trade versus 500 and trade versus 500. And the first thing when the market opened, I was told everyone was we short versus 500. Let the PM low break and that will confirm. So you see, let the PM lows break, that will confirm. So your risk is this: you short, or as soon as the 500 breaks, you short it. You starter size with the shares or with the options, whatever you want. And once that 594.94 was gone, the bear flag breakdown, you hold it. Look what I'm saying, bear flag breakdown. 480 was the target, my first target. We met 480, right? And it started to bounce over 480, and it's we were all out at 480. I mean, even after that it faded, but it was literally easy trade. Next week we watch this 50 EMA on daily break, so you can see that 1 hour is bearish, 10-minute is bearish, daily is bearish. So you don't want to buy the dips. You do not want to buy the dips. Why do you want to buy the dips? There's no dip buying today on Meta or any other name. Understand that you will lose money. And nobody, most of my students or my traders or people who follow my teachings, we were not buying the dips. Rather, we were shorting the pops. And that was a great day in the community today. Really good, proud day in the community. Everybody did really good in this bloodbath, saying with the trend. Next one I'm going to discuss is ASML, guys. So ASML, I have been talking in the community for a few days. This was part of my day 2 day 3 setup, and let me show you. It was my top day 2 day 3. 886 was support, 896 was resistance. I told everyone a few days ago that as long as it's under 900, it's going to fade more, right? Day 2 day 3. So amateur move was fine, but it bounced. But you could fade that when it was rejecting the clouds. You could short that, and you knew the semis are weak. And if you missed that short, then you could trade this short when 886 gave up, and then you fade it all day. Multi-day fade. Here's the chart. You see where the breakdown is. The support is breaking down. So daily levels are giving you the indication. And watch when ASML broke 50 EMA, and that was a big sell-off as well. Daily 50 EMA. So ASML was a great trade for community as well. Multi-day short, swing short, and with the semiconductors. Remember how ASML reported the earnings? They were not really, if they're okay, but people expected more. And then TSM response was bad. So at the end of the day, it's a semiconductor chip, high conviction short. As long as it's under the cloud, you stay short. Beautiful trade on ASML today. Let's look at Netflix. So Netflix was short all day. Only thing was there was a swipe up into the clouds. So there was amateur move and then swipe up into the clouds. I was short, but I covered when it swiped up. So I covered when it swiped up. Then when it rejected, then you come back into that short, and then your target is 550. So you can pause the screen and see what I was telling everyone. So initial short, then you cover on this swipe. I was giving people warning, and then you short again when this EMA cloud rejects. And now it's on a watch for Monday as well. If we break 550, then we are going to short it again for a day 2. So Netflix will be a nice day 2. Today was a decent move, although, kind of gave back some profits on this swipe back up. But then the re-ads kind of helped all the community. All right, let's talk about the biggest play today, SMCI. Let's go back and see, what we were planning on SMCI, what were our levels. Our levels on SMCI were very clear, right? 910 and 900. So the point was to trade SMCI was versus 900. So that was what my idea was on SMCI, that we trade versus 900, but it was already breaking the 900 in the pre-market, and was showing the weakness right at the open, and that's when I was telling everybody that we can see our 820, 830, 800, all were our targets today. So you can see that not even once did it bounce. It was down, and it was breaking all the pivots. This was a bear flag breakdown. Look at my guidance. I said we should see 830, then into 10 a.m. we should see 820 into next target. Those lotos are best. Then I told everyone, if you are in profit, roll into more. If 800 breaks, roll into more lotto puts. Right? So if 800 breaks, to add more. If you made 4,000 or 5,000, let's say you were short shares, and even if you're done with your initial trade, then you use your profit, throw them into some lotos, throw them into 750 lotos, 760 lotos. That would pay you more as well. It was literally, some of the lotos went 500% on these plays today. If you look at this 735 lotto, even after when we were breaking down out of the 800 level, so that was let's look at it, 800 level here. So when we broken out of that 800 level, you could easily take that lotto $4, and that went to $24, and that was another 500% on those lotos. So you can pause the screen and you can see that it never really reclaimed the clouds to exit fully. Even if you had one trade, even if you had one contract for like $200, $300, by the end of the day, some of those contracts were $100. Your $200 became, $10,000. So that was the day. That's how you execute. There's no long here. There was no long. Again, 50 EMA breakdown on daily, all day fade, and you can see my guidance right here. You can pause the screen, read what I was saying, how was I guiding the community. Again, we're not an alert service, but the point is stay on the trend. Nobody was getting bagged in my community. Nobody was getting bagged in my community. So it was a beautiful, beautiful setup. Next one we're going to discuss is DHI. So DHI was a day 2 short. Here you go. DHI day 2 setup, 155, 144, 140 resistance. And as soon as this morning I saw it, the weakness, and I told everyone day 2 bearish and day 2 day 3 short. 143 was the first target I gave everyone, but by end of the day we got even more. We got 141 target. So it was a beautiful on DHI. Next one again is our semiconductor ARM. So let's go back and see what was our plan on ARM. What was our daily day trade plan on ARM. So ARM was downgraded to neutral by BNP. The support was 100, resistance was 102.50. The trade was versus 100. So when we had our pre-market planning, when I was on voice, I said we will trade versus 100. I told everyone if 100 breaks, ARM can fade much more. And I was so pleased with everyone in the community because everybody was so focused on that 100 break that we just literally nailed it. We literally nailed it. Everyone in the community was on ARM. Vivi was there. Pablo was all day on ARM. Prakash was all day on ARM. So ARM was literally great trade for here. You can see my guidance. The targets I was giving, 90 was my target that I gave everyone, and we met more than 90 target. We even went to 87. So again, you could pick any one of these semiconductor trades, guys. It was literally beautiful trade on ARM. Apple was another short. Literally everything was a short today, but reason I'm emphasizing on Apple because look at this daily support levels that I have here and the way we are breaking down. This daily on Apple, it was, it has been setting up for a long time. Look at this. So this is what I want you guys to emphasize. This is why I'm emphasizing this break, because support resistance is the most important and the simplest concept that you need to learn in the market for these kind of trades. So daily was giving you this short under this breakdown. So Apple was a decent short trade in the community. Look at the daily charts, do not ignore them. Great one there, Apple. Next one we're going to discuss is LRCX. So LRCX was also on our game plan for bearish day 2 day 3. LRCX had some upgrade, but we had 884 and 900 was our two levels. Another semiconductor, once it broke the levels I gave, then was all day fade from our game plan and watch list. Next, I'm going to talk about these banks today. So all the banks, if you go back, see my let's see if you want to go back and see the levels I gave on the banks. JP Morgan 180, Morgan Stanley 90, Bank of America 36, and you can see that all of them were breaking out of those day 2 day 3 pivots. Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan broke out of my day 2 pivot. Bank of America broke out of that pivot, and that's when I told everyone that banks are long today. All banks are bullish, good long scalps there. I told everyone right in the morning. And by end of the day, all the banks were closing at highs. All the banks, most of them were closing at highs. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, so you can see that. So this is the reason, this is the beauty of community. We stay on the top of all these trades. We know what is strong, what is weak. Even in this red market, we had banks, we had American Express long, right? And we have other shorts. So that was a great so today, guys, it's important to learn the lesson today that you don't really have to be bullish or bearish. You have to have no bias. You have to trade with the bias, what your system tells you. Our system was bearish all day, right? So that was about it, guys. So anyways, hopefully everybody had a good day today. It was one of the best Lotto Fridays in a long time. and I'm back from vacation, and I'll keep posting more videos, more recaps, and more trading tips. Watch my earning trading tips shorts. That should really help you guys. And thank you so much. I'll see you Monday.